Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, December 7th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. Flagler County Commissioners vote for what they've called a reasonable increase in impact fees. The new impact fees are separate from the doubling of impact fees Flagler Schools is requesting. But these increases will total close to $3,100 per new single-family home. That's still just about half of the hike that was initially proposed at $6,500 per new home. Mark Langello is the president of the Flagler Home Builders Association.
In general, we'd like to applaud staff and commissioners for the work that was done on the impact fee ordinance. Many things out here were well done, and we also did notice the fee study came in with a high recommendation. It was looked at, came up to a more reasonable approach.
Greg Blase, president and CEO of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce, has worked with county staff for months to propose modest increases.
We have spent months with county staff pouring over these numbers, reading the impact fees, having conversations with the consultants, and where we find ourselves, I think, is in a pretty good position to adopt this. We're sitting up here talking about increasing the cost of new housing by $3,000 for every single new resident that's built here. I built a house 18 months ago, paid tens of thousands of dollars in impact fees, and I'm fine with it. That's part of the game. I don't think any of us up here today want to talk about or vote to approve increasing the cost of housing for future residents, but that is in fact a legal deal in Florida.
County Commissioner Andy Dance cast the sole no vote, saying more time was needed to digest the information in the interest of transparency.
I think it's proper process to let the public have time to input. Just the fact that we've got a list of a page of comments and we're trying to digest what's right 30 days, 60 days, and I don't know that there's support for that, but I'm not going to vote for this under the current situation because I think it needs more time to vet, and we could hear it again in January.
The impact fees will take effect March 15th of next year.
An attorney for the Flagler Home Builders Association is asking state government to step in to an ongoing dispute over the school board's request to double impact fees, which are one-time levies on new residential construction, in anticipation of student growth. Michael Cimento tells the Florida Senate Commerce Committee that Flagler's population is aging and the data the school board is using is flawed.
Our data, when we hired our expert, revealed that over the past 12 years, there were about 9,800 building permits pulled, and there was roughly about 200 students. Yet, the school district continued to collect impact fees, and as of today has roughly $30 million sitting in impact fees collected to be used for schools.
Cimento says they're trying to work with the district through what he's called a difficult process.
But it's the unpredictability of how much and when paid that is frustrating to the capital and the investment into our communities to build shopping centers, roads, and communities. But generally speaking, in our community, we have very different ideas about how we're growing and if we're growing and the costs associated with planning into the future.
The attorney says he fears that if impact fees are doubled, building moratoriums could result.
How do we challenge it without stopping our projects? So our side of the table does feel that we are held hostage many times, that we come to the table and we say, you owe a $750,000 payment next month before you get started. And we look around and go, what? And how do we get that? But we don't have the time because capital. In our district, we have had a letter from our school district that said they will not be issuing concurrency letters until their issues with the county are resolved. And until that has happened, our local jurisdictions, our counties and cities won't issue plats. So we are being held hostage.
Flagler Schools has said it needs the impact fee hike to build on to Matanzas High School and to construct a new middle school within the next 5 years. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
A Flagler County man is heading to prison for his role in a drug overdose death. Karen Johnson reports.
35-year-old Michael McIntyre has pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 20 years in state prison for the death of Chelsea Price that happened on August 11th of 2020. He pled guilty to manslaughter, trafficking, methamphetamine, and possession with intent to distribute. According to Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley, it's another successful investigation of a poison peddler facing the consequences of murder.
Warning to all drug dealers. You sell your poison in Flagler County and you kill someone, you're going to spend a long time at the Florida State Prison System. Get your drugs out of Flagler County before you kill someone and we put you in jail.
McIntyre was initially taken into custody through an undercover investigation the beginning of this year. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
A bill working through the Florida legislature could result in businesses suing cities and counties. Rich Petschke explains.
7th District Senator Travis Hudson is one of the backers of Senate Bill 620.
If you're going to have an ordinance that affects a business's bottom line, it's about 15% of their profit or revenue, then that business can seek to recover claims for the harm that you've caused them. And that business can go seek remedies through either mediation, arbitration, or the court process themselves.
Hudson says lawmakers know municipalities won't intentionally try to harm businesses, but they may think twice about passing a law if a lawsuit could result.
Somebody will come up to the county and say, hey, you're going to hit this threshold if you pass this. Please reconsider, or here's the liability and the risk that may happen to you.
He says governmental reaction to the bill is mixed.
When I've talked to some of my local officials, some of them said we'd never do this anyways. We never harm our business by 15%, either intentionally or not intentionally. So some of them are happy about it. They say it's not going to affect them. Others are concerned that they may do something like that.
The bill was backed by the Senate Judiciary Committee last week, and the full Senate could vote on it during the 2022 session, which starts January 11th. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petschke.
The holiday season is here once again, and the city of Palm Coast is reminding residents to shop local in support of the Be Local, Buy Local initiative. And there are deals to be had right here in Palm Coast for your holiday gift giving.
Palm Coast Multimedia Associate Angie Davis said you can check out the gift guide.
This year we actually partnered with 13 local businesses, and they offered promotions through this holiday gift guide that are special and unique just to the city.
Davis said the city partnered with 13 local businesses who offered promotions unique to Palm Coast. The business report is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 10 tomorrow, making the local connection. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.